Alright guys, welcome back to iCCup StarCraft TV. I'll be your host and caster. Hope you guys didn't mind that intermission because I totally forgot to not update the overlay, but that's okay. We will figure that out in due time. Spawning the top left-hand corner as the teal Protoss, it will be EleGant, and in the bottom right-hand corner as the brown Protoss, it will be HyoJa. So let me go quickly update the overlay. Right color. Brown. Here we go. And what color is the other dude? What color is the other dude? Oh, cool. EleGant didn't even change colors. Bam. Alright. And then we do... Cool. Overlays updated. Awesome stuff. Okay, so Jade with the reverse ramp can be, how do I say? It can make things more problematic. We have seen, last game, we did see HyoJa, and we did see EleGant did opt to go for the gate gas. Did go for that teching route. And actually way teching, because they actually ended up taking the robo-tech into Reaver. You could see 2-gate, or you could see even gate gas, but with the initial Zelt to add pressure, just so you can try to throw your opponent off, so you can delay their tech, if you can. But we do see, despite that, HyoJa got to be opening up with that gas right there, and EleGant got to be opening up with that gas as well, feeling confident. As long as you just don't want to get pushed back. I may have been, how do I say, a little... I may have been over-exaggerating what they should do, but who dares contact me? Who dares contact me on Skype? If it's anything non-important... Apparently, we should add new coverage, according to Gecko. Cool shit, cool beans, awesome stuff, awesome sauce. But we don't care, but I really should be in D&D mode. EleGant... putting down that pylon to increase gas efficiency. And again, we do have a little bit more of a delayed scout off. HyoJa, you know, it's coming back to me. I think it was the semifinals. I want to say it's the semifinals that I saw HyoJa. HyoJa goes for like that gate scout. Like he wants that higher economy. We even saw it last game. Even despite teching to that Reaver tech, he constantly produced probes. It did delay it significantly, keep in mind. But what ended up happening later on in that game? He had a better economy and ultimately just outplayed EleGant because of that. EleGant didn't necessarily throw away a specific engagement. He had decent positioning last game. But I think it was the fact that it didn't matter. It came down to, positioning obviously matters, but I mean, as long as you don't fuck yourself over horribly, it can be horrible. But we're starting to see a trend coming out of HyoJa right here, which can be problematic for him. And you know, this is purely just saying that he cannot figure out what he sees. That doesn't mean he can't tell what's on his ramp and that he has a zealot, and he can't figure out what that means from that point. And you know, he probably knows PvP better than what I do. But from the surface of what we can tell is that he just doesn't know what's going on. He obviously sees that it's not a 1-gate expand. He doesn't know it's the Nexus first as well. But I assume that HyoJa, you know, if he's on Clan PaiN, I mean, he has to at least be like a C+ player. He knows what's going on. And he probably has ways to figure out what is going on as well. But he does get deflected away, and I believe the probe got killed off entirely. Which is a bit unfortunate. But, you know. Okay. Ooh, the probe gets killed off there for EleGant. What has EleGant seen so far? No, I'm not really sure he's seen too much. Okay, so he's gotten in there once. But he doesn't know it is a 2-gate goon. So, alright, so we have a very standard build coming out of HyoJa, and we have a very standard build. It's funny, because EleGant and HyoJa have opened up the same build twice in a row. In Game 1, they did it, and now in Game 2, they're doing it. But we do have some nice harass coming out of here on the retreating right here. He's going to try to kill it. He really wants that Zealot right here. May cause him an extra hits already there. Taking a little bit of hull damage, or health damage, or whatever you want to call it, on that goon, but nothing too serious. He may be able to push in here. That Zealot's significantly weakened right here. He will lose that, actually. EleGant gonna be on the back foot right here. He's gonna push right up here. He's gonna target fire those goons right here. Keep in mind, another goon is heavily weakened right here. If he can find the right one, looks like he's gonna be target firing that one right here. He has lost 2 goons, and it looks like EleGant somehow gonna come up on top of that. It looks like mischance percentage was not with HyoJa in that engagement. Being very aggressive right there. Could have ended up a lot worse for EleGant, but again, not dying right there. Continuing to rally out 2 goons right here, and just gonna be waiting for that observer tech just to make sure. No! No, I am sorry. He's not even going to tech to DTs. He thinks that EleGant's not going to go that route, and we're going to have the observer. We have the 2-gate observer build, or whatever you want to call it, opening. Going to be getting up that quicker observatory, and is that going to be a support break? I mean, obviously, by no means, I mean, this just isn't like the fastest Reaver tech build. I would say, of what I've seen for PvP, is that it's generally, if you're going to even get Reaver tech this late, it's generally like 2-gate, expand, like robotics observatory, and then support bay. But I mean, like, it's not like you like diminish Reaver tech altogether, because that would just wreck PvP in general. But you know, this is just it's an odd timing that it may even catch EleGant off guard, but he is playing risky. You know, despite all of that, I think he feels like he may have, you know what he might have seen? I'm going to bet HyoJa saw the goon count and was like, yep, he's not teching the DTs or anything, because he would have had 1 gate probably. Or I would have seen the DT tech already. Because DTs would come around 6 minutes, I think, or maybe even 5. I forget the fastest DT tech you can go, without being like completely blatantly obvious and just having like a Templar archives, like you make no units or anything, but I don't know. Wow. But EleGant just kind of sitting on top of his ramp right here, gonna be teching, gonna be getting up that shuttle, and he's gotten the support bay himself as well. But he has an observer tech somewhere. Looks like we have a hidden expo coming out of HyoJa right now. Good stuff for him. And next is going up for HyoJa, if I haven't already said that. Okay, but EleGant being aggressive here. Okay, maybe I just got the build order wrong. I guess I'm completely wrong here. So apparently 2-gate goon into robotics is not into support rate. Oh no! Oh no! He just lost his. That was a support, but that had a Reaver in it. EleGant looking strong. Losing that Reaver. Not great. Not a great start. HyoJa gotta be kicking himself there. EleGant checking for that 3rd, but ultimately has chosen to take his 3rd here, of what it seems like with the pylon positioning. Again, I don't know what I've never been able to figure out, and what I really should have done is I really should have asked Dualt when we were doing iCCup attack what these pylons do. Like, they're forward pylons. I mean, even what's his name is doing it right now, but I never know what they do. It's not like you warp stuff, and I guess it's if you ever need to build buildings in a very quick way right here. But okay, EleGant's gonna be pressuring here. Has thrown down that Nexus at his actual. If you see on the minimap right here, he doesn't have a Reaver. Keep on, because he lost it, but the Reaver is starting to kind of glitch out right here. EleGant trying to pick it up, but he will lose the Reaver due to missed micro, and EleGant gonna be trouble right here. Both players have kind of just mistakenly lost their Reavers here, and when they really shouldn't have right here. But look at this pincer attack. Look at this positioning coming from EleGant right here. I'm really liking this. EleGant really taking the advantage right here, and there's no way. And what's beautiful about that play is that not only did he come up from behind, and pincer attack, but he couldn't retreat. That's the beauty in it. And he may even get the 2nd Reaver. HyoJa in a lot of trouble, losing 2 Reavers, not doing anything. Probes are going to have to be pulled up the line right here. I believe he will be able to stabilize, because EleGant doesn't have a whole lot left, but probes had to be pulled nonetheless. And EleGant, despite being off that one base economy for a significant time, isn't drastically low in supply. Probably needed to do a bit more damage. Probably needed to do some economic damage with that push. But really, EleGant could have not asked for a better engagement at all. Except maybe for the missed micro. Would have been in a very good position because he might have been able to get 1 or 2 scarab shots off on the mineral line. But could have been in a much worse position. And that's the risk you take by going such a quick reaver in general, or delaying your tech, or delaying your expansion for so long, rather. Not that he rushed tech, rather. Excuse me. And I'm sorry if I sound like a dumbass for saying the same thing over, but trying to figure what's going on here. This PvP going good so far. Going good so far. It's just a matter of time before we can really see what's going to happen. Okay, he's grabbing the Citadel. He just picked up a Reaver, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he just did. Good stuff. Alright, there's the Reaver. All my friends are getting on Dota and asking me to play Dota with them, but I am so cool. Dota's for scrubs. Broodward where it's at, guys. That Dota section on iCCup that has like 8,000 people on that time. Pff, we are the 300 strong, man. We are. Woo! Okay, but EleGant pushing across the map here with a Goon and Reaver. Probably going to drop that off in the natural. Try to maybe try to hide away. He's probably going to get a little confused by these pylons. These could have been just for like forward scouting pylons as well. And again, it's really something I really need to ask the player, because it doesn't matter how many games I watch, because honestly, I'm just never going to understand. Oh, clutch scout right here. If he sees that, if he saw that probe, EleGant going to be in a lot of trouble. If he's trying to expand there, of course, unless that's his own scouting probe. Or his own hidden expansion. I mean, seeing those probes is never a good thing, I guess. Okay. EleGant gonna be throwing down that Templar Archive to get this like mid-game, late-game composition going in PvP, as there really hasn't been a lot of aggression by either player. We did see the shuttle being lifted off right here, but doesn't appear anything has happened with it. And furthermore, I don't even know just where it was. We do have the third base being established for HyoJa at this time. And EleGant's just throwing it in right there. So now we've got to try to pressure right here. So EleGant, though, gonna be staying off of this 2 base. And what that should mean is that no expo. But maybe while I'm just saying that, nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I wonder who's playing in that tour right now. I probably should be capturing that tour, but I'm too cool. Clan League is cool. EleGant putting down these 2 pylons, making a triangle of pylons right here. EleGant looks like he's going to try to take this upper expansion right here. But we do have goons up here. EleGant, what are you doing right here with this pylon, dude? Are you trying to take this expansion? This is going to hurt him. EleGant falling behind in macro, up to 900 minerals, 1,000 minerals, not macroing at all. Really trying to focus on this engagement. Let's see if his focus will give him the upper hand in this. For sure, he has more units, but is he going to engage? It doesn't. Calling for lag. EleGant says IDK. And EleGant trying to find this position where he can take these units down, but I'm not sure if he's going to find it. And EleGant, I believe, has a higher economy at this time, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the. Actually. EleGant has his former workers up to 50 workers so far. So HyoJa either been cutting probes or doing whatever. Has put himself behind, and he's gonna be, and he feels like he needs to put a cannon in the mineral line of his main base right now. Maybe just in case for a DT drop that could happen all of a sudden, just because of the Templar tech available to him. So just being careful in that regard. So what's funny, oh well, anyway, the engagement, beautiful storm onto EleGant's army. That's gonna make this push. Beautiful storms coming down, guys. Is EleGant gonna come the upper hand right here? I'm not too sure. Is HyoJa gonna be able to deal with this? It looks like he will. The supplies are going in HyoJa's favor, but just barely after this push happening right here. And whose Archon is that? We don't know. But it appears that it is not. It appears that it was EleGant's, and EleGant gotta be on the back foot right here. Needs to worry about this right now. Okay, but he has a decent amount of Zelds right here. It doesn't appear that HyoJa can go for a kill or anything like that. But EleGant just throwing down his Nexus. Not finished yet. And, I mean, he does have that higher worker count, but but I believe HyoJa, even with a smaller worker count, which could have changed drastically by now. Yeah, HyoJa just up by 1, but the more important aspect is that third base is not operational. And, I mean, we may have some statistics that we generally don't have as a Brood Warcaster, like, you know, we have that little thing that tells, I mean, we see right here, HyoJa has 2,000 minerals compared to 1,800 that EleGant mined in the past 60 seconds in-game. Why is that? It's not because a probe gives off, like, 300 minerals per minute. That's because the pathing in Brood War has made it so that the more bases you have, despite it even if you have 8 workers per base, versus, I mean, even if they're not fully saturated, you will get more minerals, or so I've been told. So that base count does help out in that regard. You do have a higher economy despite having the same amount of workers. So that's just going to translate into more units, faster supply, and EleGant being 40 supply behind. And poor macro, I don't know. But EleGant somehow is just... He was up to par with him, and now just HyoJa just pulling ahead. And I don't know if that's the nerf factor coming out of EleGant or whatever, or it's just mechanics are failing in the mid game, or rather not as strong as compared to HyoJa. But I think if HyoJa is going to be able to produce this many units this quickly, and going to be able to harass a bit, keeping EleGant on his toes, he's going to be able to steamroll over EleGant within the minute, within the hour, let's say. Within this Brood War game, within a 5-minute time frame, he is going to roll over EleGant. That's my prediction. With this 14 Zealot army, you can read it. I'm not going to read it all off. He has no... Okay, so he has 2 High Templar. No, he has 3. Okay. So he has enough for... Yeah, well, I mean... The general difference is, one, there's a 40 supply lead. And that is not in workers. No. We're actually, HyoJa has less workers, so... But this is so much more gas in it. So many bulky units. Archon. And what decides a PvP battle? A lot of it comes down to the Storm and the Archon. Zealots splash, Zealots clump up. Splash damage from the Archon. Oh, units splash up, goons splash up to each other. They're dumb. They cling up, they stay on each other. But oh my goodness! Storm drop! Massive storm drop going down. 7 kills. Oh ho ho! Well done by EleGant. Keeping HyoJa on the back foot, but we do have his own Reaver harass going down here. He's killed off a goon. It looks like it will die before it can get off any other shot right there. But that is something EleGant is doing well. He may not be able to execute it as fast, but he is playing special tactics. And here we go. He's going to be engaging here with his Protest Army, but doesn't want to go engaging on the... And this is where I'm saying EleGant's a really good player in the decision-making of where he positions his army right here. Look at those storms on top of HyoJa's army right here, but I don't think it's going to matter. Archon coming in here, destroying everything. Storms going on top of EleGant's army, trying to dodge them, but it's just not going to be enough. There's too many Archon, there's too many goons, and they are going to be able to steamroll over EleGant's army with that 150 supply compared to the 90 that we have so far. Oh, God. Rough for EleGant, for sure. But I think HyoJa has won this game a while ago. It's just a matter of time before we see the tap out of the GG from EleGant. Who knows? I mean, we might be some clutch storm drops, but there we go. EleGant going to be doing the GG out, guys. My throat burns with a passion. But great game, great PvP series. It's been fun to cast a PvP. I haven't actually had this much fun to cast a PvP in a while. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. But of course, that is only our second set, ladies and gents. We have 3 more. Alright, so don't go. We're going to Brood War all night long. Or at least for another probably an hour and a half or something like that. So don't go anywhere. It's been your host and caster, iCCup Fitz. I hope you have enjoyed the cast thus far. Go tell your friends. Go tell it to... Go tweet it. Go Facebook it. Go do whatever the hell you want. We're going to be back for our next set in 5 minutes or something like that. I just need a break, man. My throat is burning, which I've already told you. And guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks for watching.